Chandan Taparia joining us, derivatives and technical analyst Motilal Oswal. Chandan, what are you seeing on charts with regard to the Nifty 50? We've slipped below 26K. Was that a crucial level? Will that be a bit of a deal breaker? Will we see more softness? What are you seeing?
Good morning. Thanks for having me. The Nifty index, which witnessed some corrective move in last 3 days, took some pause with support near 25,900. It has been respecting well above its rising support trend line. Yesterday, index negated its lower top, lower bottom, but momentum was missing. In fact, the India VIX also corrected by 3 to 4% from higher levels, and now it's below 11 marks. So I believe some sort of range bound bias could be there. However, the good part is the declines are being bought. But on the upside, we are finding multiple hurdle because of the weakening rupee. So I believe we have to play the broader trading range. As of now, 25,850 to 26,250 is going to be the broader trading range. For day point of view, if Nifty manages to hold 26,000, we might see a recovery towards 26,150 kind of level. So I believe it is going to be a broader range bound market where we have to go with decline stance with the limited upside as of now.
Chandan, I'm curious to know, what is your reading on Keynes? Of course, there is news flow which backed the move on the stock yesterday. But do you sense further weakness in?
Yeah, so the stock has seen a major breakdown. In fact, it has been making lower top, lower bottom on the weekly chart from last 8 weeks. It has seen a corrective move from 7,700 to 4950 marks. So structure is clearly weak. In fact, in last 3 months, it has been making lower top, lower bottom, given a breakdown. So I believe till it remains below 5,300, further weakness could be seen. In fact, we got the sell signal in the counter having the negative view, and we believe till it remains below 5,200, the stock has further potential to go down towards 4,700 to 4,650 kind of levels.
We're headed in for a very quiet start.
Yeah, so the market will have the close watch on RBI policy, and there is so much hope given the GDP data of 2%, that is 6-quarter high, inflation data of 0.25%. However, the Bank Nifty already seen a decent recovery in last hour of the trading session, but important part is follow-up is required. So I'll closely watch key support near 58,600, 58,650 in Bank Nifty, and if it manages to hold beyond 59,250, 300, I think some short covering trigger could be there in the Bank Nifty as well. So looking for a conditional trade setup post the RBI policy, and I think before that some selective move could be there in the market.
Chandan, what's your stock bias like? Haven't discussed your stock ideas?
Yeah, so first trade is buy on Hero Moto. In fact, positive stance on the Nifty Auto, and Hero Moto is one of the strongest counter, has been making higher tops, higher bottom on daily and the weekly scale, really well by more than 52% in this year YTD basis. So trend setup is quite positive and the ongoing momentum could continue. So one can buy with support of 62.20 for an upside target to a 65.80 level. Second trading is buy on Siemens from the capital goods name. In fact, a narrow range price pattern breakout is clearly visible. And in fact, this breakout is happening after the 30 long consolidative week. And I believe small follow-up could cheer the momentum in the counter. So one can buy with support of 3,300 for an upside target towards 3480. And one mid-cap idea, that is buy on JK Tire. Selective tire stocks are doing well, and JK Tire is forming a positive price pattern similar to a pole and flag pattern on the weekly chart. In fact, the consolidation breakout with positive attraction in the entire sector could cheer the price behavior on the higher side. So one can buy with support of 465, and this counter can head towards 495 to 500 levels.
ITC Hotels, let's check in on that stock, given that BAT was looking to offload that entire 7 to 15.5% stake via block deals at a price consideration of 205.65 as a floor price. ITC currently holding up by about almost 2% as we speak. Tata Power, they've temporarily halted their Mundra operations. They're going to restart by December 31st. So look out for what that stock as well is going to be doing. And Interglobe Aviation, Keynes, all these newsy stocks I want to check in on and where they've settled down in the pre-open rates. Interglobe Aviation, 0.5% lower as we speak right now. And then Keynes is seeing some more weakness trickle in, 2.25% lower. And by the way, this after the clarification that the management has handed out, like we just read out to you. you. There's another order win for Railtel. Lloyd's Engineering, they've partnered with an Italian firm. They're going to now be developing radar tech for defense and civil use. So look out for what that stock as well does. Zen Technologies too has bagged a 120 crore rupee order. HCL Technologies, they've teamed with Strategy to scale AI-led data analytics as well. Ashiana Housing, board is going to be considering a fundraise via NCDs on December 11th. So these are all the newsmakers this morning. But if just look at the Nifty 50 construct, while it's about technology names, and yes, names like, from the defense pack, your BEL, BDLs, etc., they've been holding out very well. In fact, Chandan, I wanted your strategy on a BDL and BEL and whether you see continued strength in both these names now.
Yeah, so I believe defense counter could be in focus. However, from last couple of days, some consolidation is clearly visible. But these are the good setup as multiple supports are visible at lower levels. Especially if I talk about the BEL, the multiple supports are near 400 marks. Even on the last trading session, it from the bottom near 402 and turned higher. So I believe one can put the support near 400 or slightly below to that for a bounce towards 420 to 425. Talking about BDL, yes, here also some support-based buying. In fact, the sustained buying interest is visible from last 15 weeks near 1500 to 1520 kind of level. So with support of 1500, look for a bounce towards 1600 kind of level. HL is also in that category where the supports are visible. So I believe support-based buying is seen in entire defense counter. One can look in the selective counter.
What about PSU banks, Chandan? Those have also been movers in recent trading sessions. Where do you see that index as well as stocks within that index go?
So I think you are talking about PSU banks. In fact,
Yes.
we have quite positive on the PSU banks. And in fact, most of the PSU banks have rallied well in last 2-3 months. And I believe that such kind of momentum could continue. In fact, SBI is our preferred pick. We have recommended as a Diwali pick, and stock has really rallied well by more than 10 to 15%. I believe the recent corrective move could be the buying opportunity. The stock has been respecting its rising support trend line. However, on the weekly chart, it formed a bearish candle. But use any decline towards 930 to accumulate with support of 900 for upside target towards 995 to 1000.
Okay. All right. So those are some calls coming for you from the PSU banking pack. Within defense, Chandan, is there anything that you're finding interesting? Because given the talks between Putin and Prime Minister Modi, you could well see defense counters in focus as well.
Yeah, so I'll focus on BL with support of 400, looking for 4 to 5% move towards 420 to 425 marks.
Okay.